I grew up in the 80s, so the Nintendo Entertainment System was our very first console. And actually, we didn't even know anything about like whether the system came with a game or not. So we actually bought a separate game. And then we opened up the box and we saw that Super Mario was in it as well, along with Duck Hunt. And I remember there was actually a few sort of evenings where like my brother, my mom, and myself would sit down to play Mario. We would sort of pass the controller back and forth to try to be able to get past certain parts. I even actually remember my mom actually beat Mario before my brother and I did. But it was interesting kind of growing up with that, because a lot of times when I was playing games, it was really difficult for me to be able to play. And I used to think that I kind of sucked at games, to be honest. And so I would mostly watch my brother play games more than I would play it myself. And I think that's kind of what drew me to the YouTube genre years later. When I called myself Blind Gamer, I thought that was kind of going to be at least the niche aspect of my YouTube channel. My brother, he's very proud of the work that I do, and especially when I sort of switched from kind of just creating like a YouTube series where I'm a Let's Player, and when I focused more on accessibility and being an advocate, I think he's probably more proud of that than necessarily just being a YouTuber. That's the kind of impact that I want to be able to help create within this accessibility community, is that we can be able to make games as playable as possible for the blind community, for the deaf and hard of hearing community, for motor disabilities. It just across the board, whenever I see or hear about a blind player that's able to pick up a game that I had a small part in, and be able to enjoy it and hopefully find their next favorite game, that means the absolute world to me. I think as Canadians, we love art in all its forms, and video games is 100% an art form. It showcases the creativity of us as humans. Like now in a lot of games recently, being able to see ourselves in the characters that we get to play, whether you are disabled or indigenous or people of color or of sexual orientation, like it just or gender, it doesn't really matter. Like you can see these characters in games, and it feels like I feel seen, and I feel I can enjoy being a part of these worlds. I'm Steve Saylor, and I'm a real Canadian gamer.